Good, good morning, distinguished guests. In this session, Dr. Nopurut and I will present new industrial policy for growth. And but before I and Dr. Nopurut will present to you what new industrial policy would look like, I would like to encourage you to think along what industrial policy is and what for, what benefit would we gain. Industrial policy is a mechanism to intervene in the market in order to support target industry, in order to improve economic industry, to build good job, to distribute income. And the maximum benefit is that it would improve quality of life of the people. But high policy industry cannot reach the target because we cannot change the structure to high value. We have not transitioned from contract manufacturing to brand owners. Even though investment in Thailand still grow, BOI support more than 1.1 trillion investment for 3 consecutive years, but quality of life has not improved. Household debt is 8.6%. Newly graduates face a lot of difficulty in finding job. SME who can survive more than 3 years is very low. The gaps cause one factor due to Thai industrial policy is not successful in having internal strength. We attract investment as export hub, but we are not successful in connecting SME with high value change. We are not successful in improving the skill of the workforce that can satisfy the market demand. We have not been successful in applying commercial innovation systematically. And more than that, the previous success that we had, we see a lot of problems. High technology companies, even though they invest in Thailand, but high value economy doesn't happen. Qualcomm is a chip manufacturer on Android mobile phones and computers. Qualcomm opened a company in order to provide technical support in Thailand, but high value business such as research and development remains in Vietnam. On your right hand, the graph shows the red line and the blue line. Exports and imports are higher than 2018, which is opposite than production index, which keeps declining. The gaps show that Thailand is only a transit country from export to import. It doesn't bring any added value. What I have said so far shows that Thailand need to have new industrial model because previous model we had to rely on foreign investment and unskilled labor. We have not increased the capacity of Thai workforce in line with new global environments. And as a result, very few benefits go to Thai citizens. I would go point by point. Thai economic growth, we focus on quantity and also foreign investment and low skilled workforce. We measure the success in quantitative terms, and we measure more in quantitative terms because we believe that if we can strengthen macroeconomic, the economic wealth will go down. But as time goes by, it didn't happen as we thought because we have a level of disparity. By focusing on quantity, we have not improved the skill level because the main support that we provide is not focusing on skill. High technology goods, we rely on trade privileges, but we do not have any skill improvement mechanism we attract a lot of SMEs. Similar in agricultural sector, we use income guarantee and provide subsidy. But if we use this method continuously, in the end, we will reduce the incentive from producing high technology products. Tourism sector is similarly. We focus on market and good image, but we do not have any mechanism to improve the quality so that small business can improve their quality service. Other than main subsidy, the measure that we use, such as tax privilege, is not in line with new global environment because the result will be quite limited in attracting technological business. The Chulalongkorn University, by offer tax incentive, it doesn't attract new investment significantly, but furthermore, a new global order, such as a minimum tax at 15%, which will force multinational company to pay income tax not less than 15%. As a result, tax privileges granted will be less incentivized, and Thailand would risk to lose income revenue to other countries by using tax privileges. It does not offer the real benefit. We need to come up with new measure in order to build internal strength. And in choosing the right industry, the government often announce new industry without having any feasibility study that is comprehensive. For instance, the first case, Thailand announced that it would like to become a hub for manufacturing and exporting of EV, but we did not study the country's readiness. So we only had policy that would support the consumer to switch to EV more. And secondly, previous government wanted to legitimize casino, but there was no evaluation on negative impact that could occur, such as money laundering. If it could take place, we are at risk of facing future problems. So what I have said so far, if we still do business as usual, even though we have new industries, we might not earn enough, such as data center. With investment support, the total value of investment more than 100 billion baht. If we want to have big data center, more than 100 megawatts, we may receive up to 33 billion baht. But this investment would be lost at the expense of bringing in GPU, cooling system, and cyber security, and because it would require high import. After we build data center, hire a workforce will be very low. Only 50 workforce will be employed, contrary to using resources. Using electricity will be up to 1,000 gigawatt, or 1.3 million users, and water consumption would be 1 billion liter. I'm not saying that we should not have data center, but it shows that high investment doesn't mean that Thai people will benefit the same, and we will receive less benefits if we do not have Thai business at the downstream that add more value than having data center, such as AI or autonomous driving industry. We would lose benefit if we do not plan carefully on using resources. If we allow high concentration of data center, and electricity and water consumption can also take away resources from other industries. So for new industry, is not only focusing on what to invest, but rather than how to support so that the benefit will go directly to Thai people. Dr. Noparut will be presenting on what new industrial policy for Thailand's growth would look like. Thank you. Yeah, good.
สวัสดีครับ หลังจากที่ดู
Yeah, good morning. After listening to new previous industrial policy, I would like to talk about what changes should take place for new industrial policy. First, we talk about the target. We used to focus on numbers and quality and quantity. We should focus on more value added. And secondly, we should use suitable tools and equipment rather than using something that is useless. And third is about the process. After we set the target and we have tools and equipment, we have to analyze the worthiness. We have to monitor and evaluate the outcome as well. We need to integrate our work, which is missing in the past. I would like to go into detail of each part. First, the targets. In the past, industrial policy often focused on quantity, investment number, and number of tourists. In reality, we choose focus on suitable promotion, but in reality, building good jobs is quite crucial in order to achieve the targets that I said. Therefore, the target of industrial policy is building good jobs for Thai citizens, as mentioned by Dr. Somkiat. Good jobs, meaning that jobs for large number of people with job security, good compensation, which can lead to skill development and improving social status. By having good and sufficient good jobs can lead to more productivity and increase income level as well, meaning that economic growth in terms of number should be focusing on building good jobs so that we can improve quality of life of Thai people. And next, tools and equipment and process in order to achieve the goals. For tools and equipment that we need, Thailand's policy used to focus on using unsuitable tools, focusing on using tax measures which might not benefit small business as it should be. Tools should be service provided by the government that can solve the problem for the industry, including offering services for small business as well. Other than promotion, we have to look at the result in order to add more value, which we seldom thought this way. We should be able to improve the capacity and provide incentive in building good jobs and suitable tools. By looking at the result, we have to study the feasibility. We have to analyze the costs and benefits so that what is the good appropriate level of worthiness. After we implement the policy, we need to monitor and evaluate the outcome, and it has to be done systematically so that to ensure that we can achieve the result, we might have to revise, adopt new policy. And third, integration. We seldom integrate the measures and equipment, even among government agency. We need to adopt common policies we need to work with private sector because they truly understand. And another thing which is quite crucial is about evaluate the cost effectiveness. We need to weigh between cost and benefits in order to understand whether we can add more value or not for the cost, direct cost of the policy, such as government budget that have to be spent, losing tax revenue from tax measures. Another cost that often forgot, indirect costs, whether social costs, environmental harm, or opportunity costs. And for benefits, the government should focus on benefits to Thai citizens, such as profits of Thai business owners, higher Thai workforce, tax revenue. It could be circulated in Thai's economy more, and indirect benefits that must not be ignored, such as connecting with production supply chain, improving skill, and building innovation, which could be beneficial for the future, and it can contribute to building good jobs as well. And I would like to give you some examples to three main industries in Thailand, dividing into foreign direct investment and mostly high technology companies abroad invest and expand production based in Thailand, such as PCB industry. And secondly, domestic direct investments, company manufacturing that do not have to rely on foreign investment, such as in feed industry and also medical tourism as well, the third sector. In reality, there are many more growth engines that Thailand has potential to focus more. But I would like to use these three examples in order to show different tools, equipment, and process that must be changed. And I will rely on these three main examples as well. Firstly, PCB industry. Currently, PCB has a lot of potentials in Thailand. It can be one of the top in the world from a lot of foreign investment and AI growth as well. But we have to review the existing industry. Are we ready to go to that level or not? In the past, Thailand focused on the foreign investment by using tax measure which has high cost, such as income tax exemption for foreign investments. In the past, even though these measures could attract a lot of foreign investment, as Dr. Putipan mentioned, attracting high technology investment doesn't work anymore. Thailand would like to be high income country in the future. We need to reconsider what measures are necessary. Other than that, we often did not monitor and evaluate the result by losing tax revenues. Is it worth it or not? And we do not work in an integrated manner, such as promotion measures are often offer in terms of tax benefits, but doesn't cover any other areas outside trade board of investment. That's why we are lacking in terms of high skill workforce. PCB, we face a lot of high skill workforce that they are competing for high skill workforce, and also moving to higher level of production, which we do not have enough. So new industrial policy in terms of FDI, we have to focus on improving high skilled workforce and attracting new high-level industrial because tax measures at the moment do not offer enough incentive for foreign investment to move their production base to Thailand. And also investment policy of those companies had been determined in advance when they want to invest in Thailand. Therefore, it is necessary. We need to consult more with the investor in order to understand what are their needs so that we can offer what they want. And next, improving workforce skill. We need to work with private sector. We need to have true understanding of the industrial needs. So we need to have more consultation with private sector in order to truly understand the nature and the quantity of the workforce that would be required. And after we implemented the policy, the government should limit the tax incentive and they should increase more negotiation on other benefits rather than relying on tax measures like before. We should try to offer more negotiation. If they can build more good jobs, they can gain more tax benefits. And we have to work in an integrated manner among government agency in order to facilitate the business. If BOI already have some tax measure, if they integrate with the Thailand Research Institute, then we can further facilitate the business by applying for tax benefit only once. The important process is we need to evaluate the cost and benefits. Starting from cost, firstly, tax revenue lost through tax measure and subsidy provided in order to improve the skill level. We have to have systematic evaluation in order to understand the real cost and indirect cost that we need to consider as well. Because PCB industry using a lot of chemicals and using large quantity of water, we need to have very good control in order not to lose any benefit in the future. And for benefit side, benefit from FDI mostly are on creating good jobs, such as a factory engineer, programmers, manufacturing, and also tax revenue after tax exemption period has expired. Indirect benefits connecting with upstream and downstream supply chain. PCB is a midstream industry. And in conclusion, for PCB industry or other FDI industries, which are mostly high technology, benefit is creating good jobs for Thai citizens, and they could become high skilled workforce as well. But what the government has to consider using other measures other than tax exemption in order to accommodate this industry, such as improving skill level and moving towards high value industry in the future as well. And next, Thailand performs quite well in pet food industry. Pet food such as for cats and dogs, we are number 2 exporter in the world. When we talk about imbalance of trade, we have balance surplus, number 2 in the world. If you look at the current policy, we still focus on the number of production and export. We are not ready to push Thailand to higher level by using tax measures. which does not satisfy the needs of private sector, such as tax exemption to enhance the quality by purchasing technology upgrade to automation. And quite often, it would benefit large corporations, which has a lot of resources for investment. When we talk about SME or small business, they do not have enough resources to access technology. And some small businesses may not pay tax enough. That's why, as a result, they do not benefit from these tax measures. And we do not have any mechanism in order to add value to the industry, such as system related to building innovation, which is the limitations in investment on research and development, which remains at low level. And majority of business owners are OEM suppliers. They have more potentials to develop further if we subsidize them more on building their brand image. New policy for the industry, we should be focused on promoting innovation and having more added value for Thai brands. We need to change from traditional methods, focusing on tax measure. We should offer more diverse measures, such as promoting research and innovation more proactively, such as increasing budget on innovation in order to allow SME to be able to procure more technology, cost in accessing technology. We have to rely on matching fund or innovation coupon rather than using the existing tax measures. We should offer more specific advice. SME might not understand what measures are necessary. We should offer more advice on production innovation or export standards. And finally, what is really important, focusing on Thai nationality brand in order to compete with market abroad, such as support research on foreign markets or subsidy for export. When we look at the evaluation of the worthiness, when we look at cost effectiveness, specific service by the government, market subsidy, but indirect benefits, we have to consider several things. How to have quality control in order to cause any harm to the animals. We need to have sufficient measures to cope with this risk as well. And for benefits, Thailand is a leading country for pet food industry, which is quite different than PCB. Other than creating good jobs, such as factory engineers or pet food, we can have that benefit for Thai industry, Thai citizen as well, improving the capacity of business owner. As a result, they can have higher benefit and as a result, higher tax revenue as well. And when it comes to pet food industry, we can expand and we can add more income. In conclusion, for the pet food industry, it could be beneficial for building good jobs and improve capacity of Thai SME as well. We have to have more comprehensive policy rather than limited tax measures, such as more innovation or specific services. And finally, last example from service sector, which is health tourism. The employment rate is quite high, but wages are not yet high. Currently, Thailand set the target to become a medical hub tourism. The growth rate has been quite high elderly society as well. Wellness tourism is not only massage and spa, but there are many more businesses such as restorative medical service and also beauty industry as well. But we've focused more on the number of tourists. We focus on market mechanism or short-term mechanism. I would like to call this mechanism supply side. Thailand is concentrating on demand side. But when we talk about supply side and developing workforce or improving service quality, we are lacking in this area. That's why we face limitations. We do not have professional such as physical therapists. We are in severe shortages, and some business do not have minimum standard which can put service at risk. So new policy for wellness industry. We should focus on improving skill of professional, and I would like to call it supply side. We have to do it in parallel with demand side. Even though we are focusing on this already, what additional policy that we need to have? We need to have more budget allocated for professional development and regulating more wellness industry, in particular for SME, so that they can improve their quality service and reduce the risk for the service sector. We need to work in an integrated manner, such as Ministry of Public Health, who are responsible for wellness industry, and also tourism and sport industry. And we should include private sector as well, because they truly understand the industry. So when we evaluate the worthiness, when we talk about cost in skill development, in order to improve the quality, we need to consider this as well. But another point is a shortage of health professional. We are in shortage, but we have to attract more private sector. So we are at great risk in order to close the gap. For direct benefit, it is quite similar to pet food industry by building good jobs such as physical therapists and also nutritionists. And also we have to be able to increase benefit for Thai business as well. And finally, indirect benefit can increase as well. When we talk about indirect benefit for this industry, once we try to promote wellness industry, for tourism overall, we can increase the revenue as well. When we talk about wellness, tourism, overall service sector, good jobs that are created will be will be the main contributor, which can increase the revenue level, which is not yet high. But the government has to focus on improving supply side hand in hand with demand side as well. In conclusion, I mentioned about necessary changes that need to take place, whether targets, tools, and process. For targets, we focus too much on quantity, such as number of investment on export. We should focus more on good jobs and value added for Thai citizens. The tools, we have very limited tools, such as we are relying too much on tax measures. We have to offer more diverse measures that can truly tackle the problems for the private sector. And the process, we haven't evaluated the worthiness. We do not monitor and evaluate enough. These parts have to take place for new industry. And I would like to end with another important point. Throughout many decades, Thailand tried to find an answer for the next growth engine. whether S-curve or BCG, which are crucial and need to continue. I like you to think about another important point. What would be the next growth engine so that we can have this new growth engine? This is the role of new industry that can be a roadmap for building new growth engine that can lead to good jobs for Thai citizens. It can create more added value and, more importantly, improving quality of life of Thai citizens more comprehensively. Thank you.